What's good, everybody? It's your brother New Breed coming through with another live stream. So the verdict's in. The U.S. military is doing a mandatory military draft. Yep, it's official, y'all. I mean, the automatic registration is in place. You know, back in the day when you was in ROTC and you had recruits come to your school and all of that, you had to sign up for something called selective services. And they would basically pull your name out of a pool of names if you signed up for selective services. That's why, you know, I never really got involved with ROTC and all of that, because that's how you get your name in the system. But right now, none of that is required because they got an automatic registration, meaning everybody born who is at military age from a certain time period based on a series of calculated algorithms, I guess, or federal, whatever, you know, the feds are doing, they can just pull names and draft you. And if you don't go, you're met with the threat of criminalization. Yeah, you face charges. So here we have it. Right now in America, in 2024, they're doing a mandatory draft to go to war. With whom? Who they going to war with? I mean, while most countries right now are leaving the American dollar behind, including Saudi Arabia, who just joined BRICS, it seems to be a whole confederate against America. Meanwhile, the politicians are literally fighting within. I'm talking about the politicians at each other's neck. They levying charges on a former president who's still running for president. Here in the United States, you literally got countries on the, I mean, not countries, but you got states in the brink of seceding, such as Florida, Texas. They literally about to become their own sovereign lands and detach from America. We have a civil war in America, a political war in America, and they're trying to draft your sons and your daughters. Oh, you heard me correctly. Oh, you heard me correctly. They're trying to draft your sons and your daughters. Yes, ladies are on the list. They just passed a bill 21 hours ago that you ladies can be drafted. That's right. You wanted equal rights? Hey, here you have it. And it's all mind-boggling to me because here we are, the people are struggling, suffering. We're looking at economic dilapidation. We're looking at poverty at an all-time high. We're looking at misappropriated wealth on an all-time high. And now you grandmothers, you mothers, you aunties, you guardians, parents, you got to start praying for your sons and daughters that the U.S. military don't draft your children. And I'm going to tell you now who this is going to inordinately affect. I want you to listen to me. There's an elder that lives in my neighborhood, and I talk to him all the time. And he was in Vietnam. And he says to me all the time that the draft for the Vietnam War was about genocide in the black community. They were sending our people over there on the front lines to perish, to be destroyed, to be annihilated, to be experimented on with all kind of diseases, using eugenesis. Yeah. So you got to understand, there's more than one way to skin a cat. And they have been targeting our people forever. Look, gang stalking, the whole program is human experimentation. And that's what the war is about. They don't even need to tell you who they fighting the war against. All they telling you is it's a mandatory draft and you coming. Well, peep this, World War III is against you and me. But you don't see that because they playing these military mind games with you. Here you have in this country, man, I was looking at, there's a bridge, actually not a bridge, a railroad system, a track that's being built in Los Angeles, California, is designed with some type of expensive metals, precious metals, or whatever the case is. And it cost $15 billion. I said it cost $15 billion. It took 10 years to build. Ladies and gentlemen, the damn thing don't even work. So where am I getting at? What are you talking about, Bree? Why is this relevant? Well, $15 billion in a country where there's tent cities everywhere, where people are struggling, scrounging to get by. The misappropriated wealth, it's alarming. We don't even have to put this on a political level to see the problems in this country. We don't have to do that. We could just look at how they spend their money. And the Bible talks about that a land will fall when they disregard the poor. And I'm paraphrasing, but it's similar to what I just said. I'm paraphrasing, but what it says is, if you disregard the poor, your country ain't gonna have no success. And now, we're on the brink of a military draft. Here you got Russia's president, Vladimir Putin. He's coming out speaking. And he's talking about how, you know, we got all this infight and how our pseudo leadership is basically annihilating each other in the media. We got a war going on here in the country. The land is divided. And you know what the Bible says, a land divided can't stand. And here you got a whole damn military draft going on. And so, you know, all you independent ladies, I hate to put this to you, but you're not safe. And then not to mention a lot of the fellas nowadays, you know, they're not ready for war. They're not ready for war. Neither are the ladies. That's for sure. Look, let me make this very clear. If U.S. is going to war with anybody, any type of foreign threat, we'll put that in quotations. Bet your bottom dollar it's about resources. And you got all these countries that's going against the U.S. dollar. And I say going against, but really they're just reframing from the U.S. dollar. But if you're not with America, you against it. That's how they roll. That's how our military roll. If you're not with us, you against us. And our military power is our last leg to stand on. And they barely standing on that. Because if you look at how somebody get this person out of there spamming and repeating themselves. If you look at men these days, through the programming, through the food, through the toxicity, through the hormones, testosterone being at an all-time low, these men ain't ready. They ain't ready to go to war. Whatever they putting in the water that got little boys wanting to be little girls in America, all the programming they put out here, and now they want to draft these dudes. Now most wars these days are fought by drone warfare nowadays anyway. Let Let me see here. Somebody says, if there's anybody with a particular skill who wants to build, hit me up. What are y'all talking about in the chat? Let's stick to the subject. Dropping a lot of facts. I want to see y'all interact, not just speaking randomly, right? It's real stuff going on. And you mothers and aunties and them, cousins and them, y'all need to start praying for the youth. Real talk. It's a time like never before for you mothers to really pray for your sons and cover them. You fathers as well, because let me put it out here like this. If you don't have that spiritual covering, and you're not taking the necessary steps to shield you and your household, these little random lists, your youth can pop up on that. And this ain't no time to be fighting no wars. People fighting a lot of wars in their own household right now. Somebody said, do you think nuclear war is going to happen? I think this war is being fought on a whole different level. What I mean by that, like I said before, WW3 is about destroying the children of the light. WW3 is about exterminating the chosen ones. And people don't see that. People thinking about nuclear warheads and bombs and missiles and all of that, but y'all, I don't think y'all quite comprehend how spiritual this war really is and what they're aiming to do. Listen, when the pandemic came, they showed you that they want you stagnated. They showed you that they want to stop you from traveling. They want to stop you from coming outside. They want to stop you from interacting. They want to stop you from being social. They want to isolate everybody. There's an isolation agenda. Now, why is that? Because it's divide and conquer. It's divide and conquer. And if they can get you to isolate yourself, to, veer off from people and stay in your corner, then they can pick us off one by one. Nobody's stepping up to try to speak against what they're doing. And the pseudo leadership that we do see, they're paid and hired by lobbyists. They're paid off by the lobbyists to play political mind games on the forefront and give us a Hegelian dialect to make us believe that somehow, there's a war against good and evil going on in the media. And that's not the case. They're playing us against each other. I mean, this bill just passed 20 hours ago, and I kept a close look on this. This is breaking news, y'all. This is breaking news. Somebody said pass that ASVAB test, y'all. ASVAB test ain't gonna get you nowhere. Somebody said, let me see here. I know you don't like him, but eat the meat, spit out the bones. What are y'all talking about, man? What's going on in my chat? Pass the ASVAB test. You and Jay-Z have opened my mind. Let me just read some of these comments for a second. Where do these people come from? I'm curious why so many people in the chat, and I'm not seeing my regular intelligent people in here today. I'm just curious to why every time I look in this chat, I see a dumbass comment when I'm trying to interact with y'all. Now, listen, I know that y'all don't like the way I'm talking right now, but I hold my audience to a high standard. Respectfully. I hold y'all to a very high standard. And this is breaking news. Mike Peasy, thank you for the 10, says, keep it up, Bree. Everyone stay safe and well armed, stack up on resources also. Right, that's what time is for. That's what time is for. To really start to come together with like-minded people and make the moves necessary. Here it is, we got a U.S. draft. Some of y'all teenage kids, not boys, girls and boys. Y'all can go Google it. They have passed a law to draft women. Now you talking about modern women, modern young women of this society being drafted. If this not an extermination dummy mission, I don't know what is. Where they spend 20 hours a day on Instagram taking selfies. Where they don't even want to sweat out their weave. Where they got press-on nails that are 6-inch long press-on nails. And I'm gonna tell you, it's going to affect the black community. Make no mistake about it. It ain't nothing new under the sun. They done this time and time again. The Vietnam War was one of them. Anytime there's a draft, it's our people. Somebody said that your ASVAB score will not matter. They will get you. They can put you on the any MOS. Exactly. Exactly. Somebody said rumors of wars. Yep. Matthew talks about there be wars and rumors of wars. And this is just a rumor of war. Make no mistake about it. There's no direct enemy but you. What the U.S. just proved is you are the direct enemy. You, the people. How they gonna tell you there's a U.S. draft and I tell you who they fighting? How many people in this chat anybody who's been catching up with this news, knowing about the draft, tell me who they're gonna evade? Tell me who the war's against. Put it in the chat. I'll wait. I'm gonna wait a minute, so I can show you who the war's against. Who are they drafting? Who are they doing a mandatory draft to fight? Name the country. Somebody said China. Where you hear that at? Where you hear China? Listen, anytime you in a country where you seeing trains being derailed, and it look like foul play. They're trying to stop you from traveling, making moves. Anytime you see toxic train derailments that's poisoning water supply happening strategically in certain areas, that's war, ladies and gentlemen. That's war. Oh, war got many faces. Oh, you ain't know? Anytime you see cows, chickens, farmland with thousands of animals, livestock going up in flames, and they telling you it's wildfires or freak accidents, and your food supply goes out in a blaze, they having a barbecue out here with the livestock, and they tell you it was an accident, that's war. That's war. Yeah, they preparing for these 15-minute cities. Somebody said the age of enlistment was increased a few years ago, and it has been successful with women, and Congress is, yeah, it has been successful. Actually, I think what you're trying to say, the enlistment increase, yeah, they have changed a few years ago, but now there's a bill passed, I think 21 hours ago, that allow women, to be drafted. Now, see, here's the thing. The brother's absolutely right. The enlistment requirements went up for women who want to join the military. Now, I want you to see how much of a dramatic leap this is. And now, any woman at military age can be drafted. They can be drafted. Yeah, they can pull you right off the ground and throw an AR-15 in your hand and put you on the front line and say, there you go. Who you fighting against? I don't know. I think it's a way of getting people inoculated. I think it's a way of getting people chipped. I think the draft, you want to know who I think the war is and what they're really doing? I think the feds are going to draft people that can possibly assist on any type of rebellion in the country, anybody who push back against the tyrannical system, and it'll be military, they'll be fighting a domestic battle, put it that way. I think it'll be a domestic war. Yep, I think that's what they're setting the stage for. For people who don't want to get those you know what's, for people who don't want to get the mark of the beast, for people who don't want to bow down to the system and be controlled, for people who don't want to go into work camps, people who don't want to forcibly be put, you know, in internment camps and things of that nature. Yeah, they're gonna prepare for that. For some reason, it looks like my chat froze. Put a 1 in the chat if everything is working properly. And everybody like the video, like and share. Because I'm surprised everybody on social media is not talking about this right now. Because this is major news. And it looked like they froze my chat because it's not moving at all now. So this the type of things we got to deal with. Here go the damn cyber harassment. Here we go. Let me see here. And literally everything is froze on my end. Everything is froze. The view count, the likes, everything. The chat is not moving. Let me see here. There we go. I switched it. See, this is the things they do. The game is rigged. Yeah, they want you to, like, anybody who don't comply with this system is a threat. Somebody said your phone is probably hot. I don't know, the other day, this app said I had a bug in my YouTube app. I cleared the cache, ran a series of tests on it. Yeah, you got all this damn military grade marijuana that's out here in the streets. And you want to draft these youngins. They ain't ready. They ain't ready. People don't even see what the war is. Somebody said everybody like and share. Yes, sir. Shauna Navigator, shout out. Somebody says, I had your channel recommended to me. Thought it was odd now that it just showed up on my YouTube homepage when I have never searched for this type of content. However, I appreciate your worldview. Well, it was meant for you to see this. And I would recommend anybody who got children in high school, who are between ages, I think it's 16 and I think the military age is 24 right now. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it's like 16 to 24 where they really be trying to draft. And they might have changed the requirements. I haven't got into all of that, but I'll look it up. But I would pray, mothers and fathers, and that's for your sons and daughters, that they don't get caught up in this. Because you don't want them to fight a war for America. What the hell are they fighting for? 18 to 26? Okay, 18 to 26. The Most High is our refuge. Somebody said the U.S. government is worried about BRICS. They should be. They should be. The U.S. dollar is depleting. We're on our fourth economic revolution. People are out here struggling and suffering. And here you have a mandatory draft? You got to be kidding me. You have got to be kidding me. And don't register to vote. Don't do it. People, listen, hear me clearly. When I was growing up, there was a Census Bureau that came to households and took names. Y'all don't really see that too often because people don't trust this system. But for the person saying apply army now, somebody block him. I'm gonna have to get more moderators because the platform is growing over here. don't vote. I know some of you mothers out here, you're putting your sons and daughters in your political views, and you're trying to convince them to go down to the polls and cast a vote. Listen, excuse me. The only thing you're doing, hear me out, is you're putting your children on the Census Bureau. You're putting their name out there for the government to draft. That's how they're going to use. That's how they're going to use to draft. Oh, man, a light bulb just went off. Yo, a whole light bulb just went off. Peep this, y'all. The Democratic Party are the ones passing these bills. Anybody who vote on the side of Trump or any Republican Party, your ass getting drafted. I can tell you right now, if you go up there, bro, if you go up there and vote for Trump, they're drafting you. You know, this reminds me of when Donald Trump was like, everybody go down there and march down to the Capitol. Y'all remember he was like, go march down to the Capitol. And guess what? There's people till this day who went out there to the Capitol who can't fly. They literally can't fly. They on certain lists. Yo, you can go down there and vote if you want. I'm voting for the Most High. I'm not getting involved in these damn political games these people playing. Yo, the feds was coming to people's doors. The FBI was knocking on people's doors who were just there. Like, boom, boom, boom. Hey, we had you on camera. Are you here to try to hurt Trump? I mean, Biden. They looked at you people as terrorists. See, under the Patriot Act, they can label U.S. citizens as terrorists. And then when these states start seceding like Texas and Florida, yo, the war is real. You become a foreign entity at that point. Y'all not hearing me. You become a foreign entity. And now it's not even considered domestic war. We have a foreign threat, Texas and Florida. I can see it now. I mean, you know, we just speculating. That's all we can do. And the only reason we speculate is because they don't tell us the truth on the news. They don't tell us what the real deal is. They're not telling us nothing. They just like, look, there's a mandatory draft and your sons and daughters are fair game. Look, I look in the chat. This person says I'm an alien. So you're an alien. That's all you can say. Yo, where these people coming from, fam? Somebody says stimulus checks is also information they needed. I believe that too. I believe that too. I mean, it's funny, but it's not funny, y'all. Like, where these people coming from? Some of y'all don't got to worry about being drafted. I'll just leave it at that. Looking at my chat today, some of y'all need a check. Y'all need a paycheck. Straight up, y'all need a paycheck. That's real talk. Y'all don't need to be on nobody's front line fighting nobody's war. That's real talk. Yeah, some of y'all, I mean, this is what happened when you lose the Holy Spirit and you ain't trying to, when you just running around living like God ain't real. You know, when you live like God ain't real, it does something to your damn brain cells, I guess. I don't know. Somebody says, don't sell your kids. Children are evil. Stand up for what's right. Real talk. Somebody said it's a bunch of things to worry about, brother. Draft is just another piece of the puzzle. Stay woke and stay sharp. Right, it ain't even nothing to worry about. I'm just bringing the news, fam. Because long as you keep your prayers out there over your children, over the youth of your family, then you ain't got nothing to worry about either. But I have to put the news out there so people can know what's going on. Somebody said we need to let these people fight their own battles. Tell them to send their own children, right? And I'm gonna tell you what influencers, entertainers need to do. If we see a lot of our people fighting some war, and you see our faces all up in this war, then they need to speak out. They need to speak out. Because I believe that's what's gonna happen. And, you know, I just thought I'd put this news out here, man. You know, I got more material coming. For those who don't know, we got Unlimited Potential's first annual Jamboree. Man, we finna turn up. I know y'all seen the commercial. If you haven't seen the commercial, go to my video section. Tickets will be available on newbreed.love. And y'all need to show up because you need to learn a little something about off-grid living. You need to learn a little something about linking up with like-minded people and just come outside. Have a good time. It's a very good deal. It's a fundraiser event. We'll be having this event in Fairmount, North Carolina. We will have everything, all the amenities involved. The kids are gonna have snow cones and cotton candy, and we're gonna do the jump houses. We're gonna do water activities. We're gonna be having the food ready. There's gonna be a DJ there. I mean, the works. It's gonna be a good time. You know, a lot of us brothers have been working behind the scenes diligently preparing this for y'all to make sure that y'all have a good time, as well as learn a lot about living off grid and networking with people who are about, you know, becoming self-autonomous. And so if you're interested, go to newbreed.love, get yourself tickets. All the details are there. Once the stream ends, I'll leave all the details in the description box as well. But y'all, come on now, the time is now. It's time for us to link up among the like-minded people and really network, because it's getting crazy out here, y'all. But look, one love, y'all have a blessed one. With that being said, shalom and peace.